You're watching a show. Someone on screen makes the worst decision of their life, and your whole body just cringes. Your stomach drops. Your shoulders pull in. You might even have to look away. You didn't do anything wrong, but somehow it still feels like you did. Dr. Valeria Gazzola, a neuroscientist who studies mirror neurons at the Netherlands Institute for Neuroscience, found something that changed how we understand human empathy. When you watch someone get embarrassed, the same emotional circuits in your brain activate as if it were happening to you. This isn't sensitivity. This isn't you being too soft. Your brain is doing exactly what it was built to do. And it does it better than most people's. Sign 1. You physically can't watch cringe scenes, even in fiction. Michael Scott walks into a meeting and starts talking, and you're already reaching for the remote. The Office, Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Bear. It doesn't matter that these are fictional characters. Your nervous system didn't get that memo. Dr. Gazzola's research shows that mirror neurons don't distinguish between real and scripted embarrassment. The discomfort response activates either way. You're not being dramatic. Your brain genuinely processes their humiliation as a shared experience. That's called effective empathy, and you have it in abundance. It's giving main character energy, honestly, just not the fun kind in that moment. Sign 2. You feel it in your body, not just your mind. This is the part most people don't talk about. It's not just awkward feelings or secondhand cringe. Your body actually responds. Chest tightness, a flush of heat, shoulders curling inward, sometimes even nausea. This is a real physiological reaction. Your autonomic nervous system, the same system that responds to your own stress, fires in response to someone else's embarrassment. Dr. Paul Ekman, who spent decades studying emotional contagion, described this as the body borrowing someone else's emotional state and treating it as real input. You're not being overdramatic. Your nervous system just has excellent reception. Sign 3. You replay their embarrassing moment for them, sometimes for days. It's 3 days later. That person at work stumbled over their words in a presentation. It wasn't even that bad. And somehow, you're still thinking about it for them. This is the Zeigarnik effect at work. Bluma Zeigarnik, a psychologist at the University of Berlin, showed that unresolved emotional moments stay active in memory longer than resolved ones. Because you felt the emotional charge of that person's embarrassment but never resolved it, your brain keeps the file open. It loops. You're essentially carrying emotional unfinished business that was never even yours to begin with. For real, your brain needs to close some tabs. Sign 4. You warn people before they embarrass themselves. Your friend is about to send that text. You already know it's a mistake, and you say something, maybe even interrupt, because you can feel what's coming before it lands. This is anticipatory empathy. Dr. Martin Seligman at the University of Pennsylvania describes it as a highly developed social prediction system. Your mirror circuits don't just respond to embarrassment. They can model future embarrassment before it happens. Most people only feel discomfort after the cringe moment. You feel it in advance. That's not anxiety. That's your empathy system running a simulation to protect someone else. Low-key ate on that one, actually. Sign 5. Secondhand embarrassment hits harder than your own. Here's the part that trips people up. You might handle your own embarrassing moments pretty well. You recover. You laugh it off. But watch someone else get humiliated. Completely different story. Research on effective empathy explains why. Your own embarrassment comes with full context. Your self-narrative, your coping mechanisms, your sense of control. When you watch someone else go through it, you get all the emotional impact with none of the coping resources. You can't tell your own story for them. You just absorb the hit. That's why secondhand embarrassment is genuinely harder. It's not even close. Sign 6. You can feel embarrassment on behalf of people who don't even seem embarrassed themselves. This one is wild. Someone just said something incredibly awkward. And they're completely unbothered. They're vibing, moving on like nothing happened. And you're sitting there absolutely down bad about the whole situation on their behalf. Dr. Gazzola's work on mirror neuron activation found that your brain doesn't require the other person to show emotional distress. Your system models what they should theoretically be feeling based on social context. So even if they're oblivious, you feel what they would feel if they were paying attention. You're not projecting. You're processing social information they're missing. Sign 7. You avoid certain content entirely because the cringe is too intense. Some shows? Never. Reality TV dating shows? Absolutely not. That one YouTube video someone keeps trying to show you where a guy proposes at a baseball game and she says no? Hard pass. You've built an entire avoidance system around content that might trigger secondhand embarrassment. This isn't chronically online behavior. It's the opposite. This is your brain protecting itself from unnecessary emotional load. Dr. Ethan Cross at the University of Michigan, who studies emotional regulation, describes selective avoidance as a healthy coping response when your empathy system runs especially hot. Your boundaries around cringe content are actually emotionally intelligent. You're not being mid. You're protecting your bandwidth. Sign 8. You're unusually good at reading social dynamics in a room. Here's the upside nobody talks about. People who experience strong, secondhand embarrassment tend to be exceptional social readers. You walk into a room, and you immediately pick up on who's uncomfortable, who's performing, who said something that landed wrong. You feel the tension before anyone names it. That's your mirror neuron system doing what it was built for, reading the emotional temperature of your environment with high precision. Dr. Gazzola's research confirms that people with stronger mirror neuron responses consistently score higher on social intelligence assessments. Your secondhand embarrassment isn't a weakness. It's the byproduct of a social brain that's running at full capacity. Slay, honestly. You feel things on behalf of other people, even strangers, even fictional characters, even people who don't realize they need it. That's not a flaw. That's your brain doing something most people can't. Drop a comment below. What show gives you the worst secondhand embarrassment? The Office fans, I see you. I'll reply to every single one in the first hour. And if this video made you feel seen, hit subscribe. We drop new psychology videos twice a week, and I promise every single one is going to hit different. Don't miss the next one.